Hey guys, this is your host Eric. Today we are going to watch action genre movie called The Con Artist. Spoilers ahead, turn on your subtitle, I greatly appreciate your support. Enjoy the video. GHK is an expert at picking locks and breaking into safes. He steals and sells artifacts to make a living. He is so good at what he does that he has stolen more than 100 things and has never been caught or even thought to be a thief. On one of his missions, we see him. He is breaking into a building with a lot of security to steal something that is very valuable. The safe is complicated and hard to break into, but Ji-Huk can do it. He figures out how to open it in 1 minute and steals the artifact. He also tricks the guards, but when he is no longer in danger, he breaks the expensive artifact by accident. All of Ji-Huk's hard work has been for nothing, but he doesn't want to give up yet. He makes an exact copy of the statue by drawing it and making it. He then takes the copy to a well-known dealer in old things. The man knows that the statue is a fake, so he won't do business with Ji-Huk. A smart GHK, on the other hand, asks him if he has ever sold a fake artifact. If he wanted to, Ji-Huk could easily show that the way the seller does business is shady. So, the man can't avoid buying the statue. GH's best friend is also his partner in crime, Go. He works as a mechanic and knows how to make explosives from the simplest things. After the last heist, Ji-Huk wants to make fake bills. He is able to make a special formula that makes fake bills that look just like real ones. Alcohol, on the other hand, makes the print fade away. When the plan fails, the two decide to go after something else. A jewelry store where $3 million worth of diamonds are kept. The job is especially hard because the shop is heavily guarded and has CCTV cameras everywhere. To make things worse, there is no way to turn off the cameras. They need someone who knows how to hack and is willing to help. Here, a young man named Jinbei comes into play. There is a rumor that Jinbei once sold out his partners for money. Still, Huk and Goen decide to give the job to him because he is the best at what he does. Next, Huk meets a woman named Aha who knows a lot about art. He takes her on a business date and comments on the necklace that her late husband gave her. They go to a jewelry store to make sure the necklace is real. And the little diamond turns out to be a collectible worth millions of dollars when no one is looking. Ji-Huk slides a bag under his couch and leaves. They go to a second jewelry store to find out how much the diamond is worth, but the dealer there gives them the same answer. GHK wants to rob this shop, so he remembers where the CCTV cameras are, how many rooms there are, and how many guards there are. At the end of the day, he decides that they need less than 10 minutes to steal the money on the day of the theft. When Ji-Huk left his suitcase in the shop earlier, it causes an explosion that gets the guards' attention. Before GHK and Goen enter the shop, Jinbei comes into play and hacks the CCTV cameras. Jinbei also turns off the alarm system, so Ji-Huk can touch the safe without the guards knowing. When the guards come back before them, that's a problem. But Goen gets their attention by breaking the window of their car. In the meantime, Ji-Huk gets his hands on the diamonds and takes them. The next day, the three of them get back in the car and celebrate the win. The owner of the stolen diamonds, Cho, is very angry, but he is also impressed by the thieves' ability to steal through such tight spaces. Cho is a businessman with a lot of money and a member of a gang. He has killed a few people to get where he is now, and he has no plans to stop. He recently stuck his accountant to the ground because he tried to cheat him. Cho is also planning a heist, and he needs some good con artists to help him. In the past month, he has kidnapped and tested a number of people who can open safes and pick locks, but no one has been able to reach his level. Now that he knows a skilled con man is out there, he doesn't wait long to tell his people to find out who took the diamond. He doesn't want to catch the thieves, but he does want to give them something better to do for a few days. His men watch every diamond dealer in the city, so it doesn't take long for them to find out about Ji-Huk and where he lives. Cho meets the group and tells them that they will each get a 5% commission if they agree to help him steal something. Their loved ones will be hurt if they don't. Cho thinks Ian Haas is his girlfriend, but Cho doesn't bother to set Cho straight. In the end, he agrees to help and takes up the offer. Then Cho tells them that he is bringing $150 million in illegal money and cash into Korea through Incheon Customs. It is the main place where goods are brought into Korea, and the best security systems in the world are used to keep it safe. Along with the cash, Cho is also legally bringing in food coupons. He wants the three of them to use the coupons as a cover to get the black money out of the customs. The team agrees, and since this is bigger than any other heist they've done, they start making a complicated plan. While everyone else is busy, Cho calls Jinbei for a private meeting and gives him a lot of money to keep an eye on Ji-Huk and Goen. He doesn't want them to betray each other. Until then, the police are still looking for the people who stole the diamonds. They can tell from CCTV footage that Ji-Huk brought the explosive to the nearby jewelry store that was used as a distraction. When they get to Ji-Huk's house, they find a room full of information and plans for the next heist. Ji-Huk's carelessness in leaving everything out in the open helps the police figure out that he and Cho are connected in some way. A day before D-Day, Huck and Goen go to the port and set up an explosive as a distraction and a way for Janbei to break into the security system at the port. When Ji-Huck gets back to the hideout, he tells Goen that he plans to betray Cho and get all the money by changing the delivery address on the coupon to his own. But Janbei overhears them talking about the plan and tells Cho that he still needs Ji-Huck for the plan and that Cho should talk to Ji-Huck later. In the next scene, GHK is waiting for Jan-Ha outside her art gallery. Since he hasn't answered her texts or phone calls, she doesn't care about him at all. When she doesn't want to talk, he tells her that her late father was one of his students. Then we meet the master con artist who got GHK into the criminal world. Mr. O decided at some point in his life that he didn't want to be a thief anymore and wanted to live an honest life. But on the day he was killed by his business partner, Cho Eun-ha no longer believes Ji-Huck and leaves the room a few seconds later. Cho's people take her away so they can keep an eye on Ji-Huck. The day of the heist finally comes, and everyone is able to get into the port in their planned disguises. The first move starts when Cho sets off a bomb, which confuses and distracts the guards. At the same time, Janbei uses his skills to hack into the mainframe for security and make it look like the explosion did it. It's not a big deal, and it will be fixed in 40 minutes. This gives Huck and Goen the time they need to finish their mission. They go to a locked room where the safe is open on racks. When they finally see a huge pile of money, they are mesmerized by it and don't waste much time. They start putting money in the truck and trading it for food tickets. After hearing about the explosion, the police show up at the scene just then. They go around the port, which makes GHK stop just as he is about to get away with the money. Seeing this as a chance, he goes to the customs office to change the address from the one he chose to the one he already had. But Cho is easily able to stop him after hearing about his plan from Janbei. He puts a gun to Huck's head and tells him to turn himself into the police. When Ji-Huck refuses, he has to go in front of a SWAT team and give up. He has shown Eun-ha's necklace to save her life before he is taken into custody. He jumps into the water and is shot. Also, the bomb in his hand goes off, which makes sure that he dies. Goen is very sad when he finds out about this. On the other hand, Janbei is glad that they get to keep his share of the money. It was a Gu. Start a fight that ends when Janbei stabs Gu in the back and walks away. When Cho finally gets the container ship, he is surprised to find that it is full of coupons instead of money. As he is going crazy trying to figure out where the money went, he gets a call from Ji-Huck, who is alive and well. Then it turns out that everything Ji-Huck has done since the beginning of the movie has been to hurt Cho because he killed Mr. O first of all. The thing he stole and then replaced with a fake was a microphone. He knew that Cho often went to Hawk got lucky, and Cho was able to buy the artifact at an auction. Then he heard that Cho was looking for a safe hacker, so he decided to steal the diamonds that he could see. Cho thought he was looking for Ji-Huck, but it was actually Ji-Huck who was leaving clues for him. Janbei was with the group the whole time, and he was told to act like he was on Cho's side. The SWAT team that was about to arrest Huck in the port was made up of his own people, and so was the bully. Gui was pretending to be dead, but they found him and saved him. Cho ends up not having his money, and Ji-Huck calls the police on him. Right after the call, the hideout is searched, and a few men start fighting the police to try to save their lives. Janbei saves Yaha when everyone else is busy and takes her away from danger. Cho sees that his plan has turned into chaos, so he runs away from the scene. After a few hours, everything in the hideout was quiet again. People come to Ji-Huck's to take the food coupon, even though it's not worth much because no one is there. But then we find out that the coupons are actually the money they were supposed to steal when they were moving money in the port. They also used the fake bill printer that GI had made a long time ago. When a bill goes through the printer, it comes out as a coupon because of oxidation. However, if you treat it with, it will turn back into money. Cho didn't know this, so when he saw the coupons, he thought he'd lost the money, even though it was right there the whole time. As the last blow, Ji-Huck crashes into Cho's car and leaves him in their hideout for the police to find. After the event, the coupons are sprayed with alcohol and turned into real money. Ji-Huck doesn't do anything for a while. Then, one day, he gives Yaha the money he had promised to give her so she could open an art gallery in Dubai. Yaha spends the money on her trip to Dubai as she had planned a long time ago. She also finds the necklace she lost when she was taken hostage in a museum. Ji-Huck suddenly shows up behind her, and the movie ends when the two of them get back together. We really appreciate you watching. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell because it is really important for us. Thank you.